Hey, it's Bob from My Chemical Romance, and I'm rocking with Vic. The start of me playing the drums goes starting about in maybe 3rd grade is when the whole school band thing came around. I'd already had a little toy drum set that I beat around on, and decided to play drums in the school and got my snare drum and practiced that all the time, and then started playing in the high school jazz band and doing all the school marching stuff. Finally started to play in jazz combos around Chicago and around Illinois, and met up with some guys and started a rock band. Started to listen to drummers like Neil Peart, which made me start learning kind of musical rock drumming. Started other rock bands, just kept trying to make it happen. Finally met these guys in my band, and we went out and are touring the world now. Before I started playing drums in My Chemical Romance, I was doing sound and tour managing for different bands and was on the road constantly. I did it for about 6 to 7 years, and I would stand behind the console and mix bands and watch the drummer play and constantly get bummed out because I couldn't play every single night, and that's really what I wanted to do. Finally I got the opportunity to do it, and I took it, and I'm having way more fun. So after about 2 years of constant touring, it was time for us to make a record, and to prepare for it, we ended up putting a studio on the back of our bus, and we had electronic drums and Pro Tools, and we had everything you would need to make, you know, like a small demo record. And we sat back there and we wrote, and we got prepared for us to go into the studio. A lot of the stuff we didn't end up keeping, but it helped us to move along in the writing process. So when we got to New York and then finally to LA to actually record the record, we had already hashed through a bunch of stuff, and got to LA and put down the songs that you hear on the record. One song that I'm really proud of is a song called Welcome to the Black Parade. The record is called The Black Parade, and that is the first single off of it. And that was a song where we had it completely done, listened to it, it just was missing something, so we ended up scrapping the whole song and came up with the Tom introduction to the song and the marching stuff in that song, and that was one of the things where we added a bunch of toms and an extra snare, and now I have to do that live. A couple of my influences, my two biggest ones. First one is Dave Weckl, and he's a drummer that I always would. I started out thinking it was ridiculous what he did and could never achieve that, and I still haven't achieved it, but I've started to kind of figure out what he does. So that made me really work to get better at what I do. And another one is Neil Peart, and he is somebody who made me realize that rock drumming could be musical too, and it isn't just about hitting really hard, and you can use your toms as instruments, or you can bring in other things into your kit to use as other instruments. Alright, so let's talk about sticks. I've gone through every stick company in the world, I think, and I would always get sticks that were in a bundle and not weighted, or one would feel like a pencil, one would feel like a brick, and it was really frustrating, and I went through a bunch of different companies, and finally I met Marco and showed me some stuff, and now every pair of sticks I get is the perfect weight, and they're both matched to each other, and now I'm not going through 2 pairs of sticks a song anymore. The kind of sticks that I use are rock wood tips. I've been through a bunch of sticks, and these ones are the best feel for me. They're a little bit longer, they're a little bit heavier at the front, and they don't break as easy, and they make me feel like I'm better.